Hey guys, welcome to the Fight Age channel. Friends, before starting to watch this video, I would like to ask you to subscribe to my channel. I really want to get 10,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. It's so close, thanks for supporting me guys. Tony Bellew believes that fans and experts should not write off two-time heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua. According to Bellew, Joshua will show himself better if he has an opponent of a slightly higher level and a little more aggressive than his rivals. There is a lot of talk that AJ's killer instinct has disappeared, that he is boxing a lot more conservatively now. Yes, it is. I'm sure that if the opponent allows him to be conservative in the ring, then he will continue to remain so. But believe me, everything will change if he meets someone like Dillian White in the ring. Bellew suggests that it all depends on the opponent. If he starts to get active, then Joshua will respond in kind, regardless of the name. It can be not only Dillian, but also Tyson Fury or Deontay Wilder. Joshua will take the fight on a collision course, if necessary. His killer instinct, his animal instinct has not gone away, but he only turns it on when he wants to, and if the opponent allows him to not to force events, give him the opportunity to dictate the pace and distance, then Joshua is usually really too conservative. He thinks for a long time about each next step, strictly adheres to the plan for the fight, Bellew said. The famous American trainer Teddy Atlas named two fighters in modern boxing who are considered superstars, but in fact are overrated. According to Atlas, this is the owner of the undisputed title in the second middleweight, Mexican Saul Alvarez, and the former two-time heavyweight champion of the British Anthony Joshua. AJ, like Canelo, fans overestimated. Maybe we just expect too much from them, but that's why we are fans. You can't drink this lemonade in the United Kingdom in the form it is served there, but it won't work in the United States. This guy was put on a pedestal, but who did he beat? He became the world champion by beating Charles Martin. He defended his titles in a fight with guys like Dominic Breazeale, whom Deontay Wilder destroyed in 1 or 2 rounds, as well as with Molina and Carlos Takam, Atlas said. It seems that the plan with 3 fights for the British ex-world heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua during this year for some reason will not be able to be implemented. It was expected that Anthony Joshua would hold his next fight in July, presumably meeting in a rematch with compatriot Dillian White. However, today Joshua announced on his social network that he would not return until December. My next fight is scheduled for December. Not perfect, but it's all part of the big picture, the ex-champion wrote. We're waiting for explanations about the reasons for the challenging strategy. Former coach of former world heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua, Robert Garcia, believes that the British boxer should not be reproached for his cautious performance in the fight against Jermaine Franklin. A lot of people called me, "Did you watch Anthony Joshua's fight? He fought scared. You could see the fear in his eyes. He would jab and step back, throw out a combination and start knitting the opponent. But such a big fighter should fight like this. No one is saying that Tyson Fury is doing the same. He throws a punch and then grabs you, throws and grabs, pushes. Big guys like that have to fight that way." So people criticize Joshua for what all heavyweights of these sides do, Garcia said. As you heard, the promoter of former world heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua assured that until the end of his career, his words will share the ring with the owner of the temporary WBO title, Joe Joyce. Anthony Joshua has been very clear about the fights he wants to have, and Joe Joyce is on that list. He has sparred thousands of rounds with Joyce. They grew up, studied this sport and competed in the amateur system. This is a very good fight. I think there is no reason why it should not take place. It seems to me that there are 8 fights left in AJ's career. I give 100% that Joyce will find a place there. Will this fight take place in the summer? I don't know. We are not putting this fight before the fight with Dillian White, because Dillian is part of our team and we can organize this confrontation quickly enough. But we don't rule out the fight with Joe Joyce. I'm sure that it will take place throughout Joshua's career. Hearn said. Eddie Hearn, the promoter of former world heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua, shared his words plan for the next few fights. According to Hearn, Anthony will return to the ring in July and fight with an opponent of the level of his past opponent, American Jermaine Franklin. After that, Joshua will arrange a race with the leaders of his division, with the likes of Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder and Ruiz. Our next move will be a fight in July with a rival of the level of Jermaine Franklin. I don't know how you feel about this, but this is what Joshua needs. Anthony's entire career was built on mandatory fights and duels that fans wanted. Now let's do everything right, and after that we will arrange a race in which Wilder, Fury, Ruiz and others will participate, Hearn said. The famous British boxer Tony Bellew believes that winning a rematch with Dillian White will not help Anthony Joshua improve his reputation, unless he can quickly deal with his long-time antagonist. I don't see why Joshua wouldn't fight with White. I think this is a big and principal home fight. But I won't lie, I think Joshua will be in a losing position in this fight. He won't win anything unless he takes down White in 2 rounds. And this is very difficult to do because White will cause problems to anyone except Tyson Fury. If Joshua agrees to fight Dillian now, then he will need to give a brutal and ruthless performance to show himself in all his glory, Bellew said. And Hearn said that his words could fight Dillian White or Otto Wallin in the next fight. The promoter explained why the option of a fight with White is more realistic. If we manage to make a deal with Dillian White, then it will be a good option for both guys. The reason I like this option is because Joshua looks better and more effective in a fight with bigger guys, tall heavyweight. That's why Jermaine Franklin turned out to be a bad opponent for him. So I like this option with Otto Wallin only because he had a good fight with Tyson Fury. The problem is that Otto is left-handed. He's working with a new coach, and in the stage, the last thing Derek James wants is a big fight with left-handed fight. Because right now Anthony is not going to fight another lefty if we talk about fighters like Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. So why fight a lefty now, said Hearn. Bob Arum, the head of the top-ranked promotion company, doesn't believe that his colleague Eddie Hearn will allow his main star Anthony Joshua to fight against Tyson Fury. Arum criticized Joshua's performance in the fight against Jermaine Franklin and expressed his confidence that after such a performance, AJ's team would not dare to bring him together with Fury. Yes, it's a great fight for Tyson Fury, but I don't think Eddie Hearn will let Joshua into the ring with him, because Anthony looked terrible in this last fight. He looks like a fighter who absolutely lacks confidence. Therefore, I don't know if this fight will ever take place, Arum said. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel.